On your left.
Chuck and Richard have been riding RAGBRAI for 3 years together, and they've got a good groove going.
We just kind of hit it off at first. Chuck's a real outgoing guy, and a little bit of trash talk, kidding each other. It's just been a great connection.
You see, Chuck, riding in back, is blind. He's a veteran who lost his sight about 12 years ago after an accident with chemicals at work. But bumps in his past haven't put the brakes on his future.
Went to a blind rehab, and one of the things that I signed up for was cycling.
He fell in love with the sport. All the Florida native needed was a pilot to steer the tandem bike. The group Adaptive Sports Iowa connected him with a mutual contact from Maine, Richard. After the first day of riding, they both knew this was going to work out.
I'm fortunate because Richard gives me a lot of feedback. He tells me what's around me all the time.
The sun coming up, the barns, the rivers.
Although Chuck might not be able to see, he's noticing plenty that others take for granted.
The feel of the wind, and every now and then there's trees, so you can hear the wind in the trees, or you can hear the tires on the road, and you can hear the gears changing.
After 3 years of RAGBRAI, it's safe to say Chuck has mastered long-distance cycling, and now he's got his eye on the next goal.
In March, I'm going to go learn how to snow ski. I've also been invited to climb Kilimanjaro. This year I've been invited to go to Poland to run a marathon.
So if you think there's something you can't do, something that's impossible, don't be afraid to ask for a little help. You never know where the ride may take you.
Chris Langlois has been following RAGBRAI throughout the week.
Chris, you were looking for this guy all morning, and it turns out he's from the Quad Cities.
Yeah, that's right, guys. I've been hearing about this guy and his bike, and you just have to see it to believe it. So I was on a mission this morning, and little did I know when I found him that the person I was looking up at was actually right from our own backyard. In the midst of 20,000 people, it's easy to get lost in the crowd, but there's one man from Rock Island riding here
Pretty good.
that you can't miss.
I built this bike in 2011 for a cross-country ride I did for charity for the Fuller Center for Housing.
Jonas Wynn rode this double-decker from Seattle to Washington, D.C., raising $4,000 far off the ground for a cause close to his heart.
We build houses, repair houses for people in need.
But RAGBRAI is something completely new for the Quad Citian.
This is my first year doing RAGBRAI, and it was in Davenport, so I wanted to make it home stop since I'm from Rock Island.
So the question he gets a lot, how's the ride up there?
It's great out on the road. I'd say it keeps you up away from the radiant heat coming off the pavement. It's just as fun. I can keep up with anybody else.
Even though the highest heights can have the hardest falls.
I fell off a bit last year in LeClaire in the parade. I was riding wheelies.
But Jonas says all good things come to an end. He's looking for a new owner.
I got a beautiful little 1-year-old daughter at home, so the bike's for sale.
Letting go of the handlebars he's held tightly the past 4 years. And guys, it's really incredible when you see him in person get on and off of it. Really unbelievable, and a very cool guy as well, as I'm sure you can tell. And some good news, Jim and Tiffany, he's actually just charging for the one bike, not the two frames that he put together. So it's like a bonus. It's like a 2-for-1 deal.
I think Chris should buy that bike.
Chris, how are things looking so far this morning?
Well, Emily, they're looking really good. We've got hundreds upon thousands of riders all heading out here. Have a good ride, everyone. I got some high fives from someone here. Anyone? Give us some love. High five. There we go. 1, 2. All right. We're getting high fives all morning. Awesome, cool, crisp morning here. A few more high fives on deck. 3, 4. All right, that was down low. We're doing well here. So yeah, everyone behind me here leaving thousands upon thousands all heading out. They're heading out to Cedar Falls, 55 miles today. And of course, right here on Local 4 News, we're bringing you live coverage every single day about where they are. So you're not going to want to miss that.